Hello, welcome to the 4P podcast. I'm your host, Michael Paterno, and we got episode 91 for y'all today. How y'all doing? It's a good day. What's going on, y'all? Just excited to record episode 91 today. Talk a little bit about, different things, see what's going on in the life of business, and just working to just become the best version of myself. Um, Hope y'all are doing great. Um, yeah. So what's going on with y'all? I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode. And yeah, today will be a good day. Um Kind of have some different things to talk about today. A little bit of discipline, um just some things that I kind of been working through and trying to grow through to become the best version of myself. And I always love to talk about the political shit. Um, you know, always want to talk about the independence, becoming independent, becoming a critical thinker, an independent thinker. And, one of the big things I want to talk about in 2026 is the ability to decipher between loving Jesus and distancing yourself from the belief that Israel is our greatest ally. So we'll do more episodes on that coming into 2026. And I'll, kind of talk about that because it's really sad to hear a lot of these pastors talk about the things that they talk in their congregations and really get you to think that you have to tithe over and above. If the Bible says you got to tithe 10%, that has nothing to do with money. It has to do with crops and fruit. Over the last probably 80 years since the 501c3 became a thing, there was a whole um uprising of pastors who switched that into money to make their congregations profit from people coming to their churches and tithing and saying, oh, tithe 10%, tithe over and above. If you don't tithe if you don't tithe 10%, tithe over and above, God doesn't love you, or you don't honor God, you don't honor God doesn't love you, all these different things. That's what our pastor used to tell us at Elevate Life Church. um so yeah, just want to kind of come on here and excited to roll out episode 91 and get a couple episodes going into the new year, and talk about current events, talk about different things happening in the world. um yeah, just it'll be a good one. Hope y'all are doing good. I'm super excited to be on this episode and just kind of talk some shit and fucking just bullshit around and see what's going on. Man, did you see this? I had to put the show notes, but I guess there's a lot of people removing themselves from TikTok because Larry Ellison, um, uh, yeah, Larry Ellison, yeah, yeah, that's pretty wild. It says right here, TikTok is experiencing significant service disruptions as a user backlash following its transition to a new U.S. ownership group, including Larry Ellison's Oracle, with over 150% higher uninstall rates. I don't know if that's a good thing. It it's in turn, it's a good thing. It's it's good for them. It's good for the Zionist community. It's good for Larry Ellison and his Zionist bullshit. but it's not good for us because now we're removing ourselves off of the platform that was so free and we could say whatever we wanted to, and now they're taking that away from us, so we can't say whatever we want to. But then people are coming off of it, so they're not going to be able to use their voices like they were. So I think that's a pretty rough thing. It's up 150% um of uninstalls, so people are deleting the app off their phone or whatever. It's just, that's a crazy thing because you think it was an open line of communication, right? You can go on there, you can literally go on there and say fuck whoever, Israel, whatever. And then now you can't go on there. Like I saw one picture where you can't even say Epstein without it deleting your message or blocking your message or whatever. I just think that's a wild thing to be able to not say whatever it is that you want to say. Like we should be able to say whatever we want about our government. We should be able to say whatever we want about Israel. We should be able to say about we should be able to say anything about any country. Who gives a shit? We can talk shit about our own government, but we can't talk shit about Israel. Like that's crazy. Um, the hashtag delete TikTok backlash. The hashtag delete TikTok trended with users citing privacy concerns and potential censorship of content critical of ICE. Yeah, I don't think that's true. It's not content critical of ICE. It's definitely content critical of Israel. Um, because Larry Ellison is a Zionist. He is a Zionist Israeli Jewish backer. Um, so he has control over that shit, but it doesn't have anything to do with ICE. They're full of shit. Anyways, I'll put the show notes in the show so you guys can read it. And I'm sure most of y'all have seen it already. So we could always just Bernie Sanders claims Larry Ellison will control TikTok. Duh. We just have to realize, like, in order to bring the country together and in order to unite black people, Hispanic people, white people, um, Christian people, Catholic people, whatever. Like all these like what religion are you? What's your political affiliation? What's your sexual orientation? Like all these things are just diversions to try to get you to believe that this group over here is independent from this group over there, and this group over there is independent from this group over here. And it's all these things are used to divide you. It's used to seclude people and segregate people into different categories so it's easier to control different people in different categories. If you got 500,000 people over here and 500,000 people over here and 300,000 people over there and 400,000 people over here, it's easier to round these people up and control these people versus having 3 million people in one area or one group. Now that group is harder to control. But if I can segregate you, and it's like sports teams, it's no different from sports. Look at how sports teams are broken up. I'm a Seattle fan. I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan. I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm all these different fans. Now all these people are segregated. So it's the same thing in our government. If they get you to believe it's Democrat versus Republican or black versus white or gay versus straight or any of these things that they drew up in the Weimar Republic, it's easier to control you. The day we can figure, and I've been saying this since last year on my podcast and for a while, the day that we can figure out we are united, we are one group, they won't be able to do shit. They won't be able to control us through the media. They won't be able to control us through social media. They won't be able to fucking come out with some bullshit virus. They won't be able to fucking do anything. The only reason why they have the stronghold on us now is because we are so separated. We still think it's D versus R. We still, oh, Trump this, Joe Biden that, Kamala Harris this, JD Vance this. Like they they still have us on their fingertips, and they can do whatever they want. They can tell us whatever they want, and most people will believe it. It's Fox and CNN, it's ABC and CBS, and it's all controlled by the same people. All the same people own those companies. Those companies are, when you turn on Fox, it's no different from CNN and ABC and CBS. All the people that owns those companies are buddies. And I think those four companies are owned by two bigger companies. So until we can realize, like, hey, stop using Western medicine, stop listening to the fucking Western media, fuck social media, go on there, say whatever you want to say. Fuck the Democrats and Republicans. We're all united as one. It's us versus them. This is a very easy concept to understand and to learn from and to grow through as people. And you even see it in the church space. I used to get in arguments all the time. The church that we used to go to in Dallas, I would argue with people all the time about Israel. And it's amazing how many people are Christians and how many people are Catholics and are followers of Jesus, and they have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're following. They have no idea who they're following. They look at these, most people look at these pastors like they're God or Jesus. Like their pastors hold like some kind of higher power than God or Jesus do. I came out of a men's group. I spent a year and a half, almost 2 years in a men's group that put this pastor on this fucking high pedestal. They wanted to give the dude $68,000 for his birthday. 68 grand. The pastor's a multimillionaire, almost worth $100 million. And they wanted to give this dude a $68,000 cash birthday gift to a guy who's already worth almost $100 million. That's insane. It was a room full of 300 men. If you want to honor a dude, if you want to honor this dude and you want to collect money from all these guys in this room full of 300 men, if you want to collect this money, you know, $1,000 here, $500 here, whatever you're collecting. And the pastor, one thing before I say what I'm going to say, the pastor had the nerve to get on the stage during a men's event, men's conference in Texas, in the North Texas, in Dallas, had the nerve to get on stage and talk about how um he got more than $68,000 for a cash birthday gift. That's crazy. If you want to honor this dude's worth close to $100 million or whatever the fuck he talked about in all the different men's groups that we went through, $50 million, whatever it is. If you want to honor this dude, just take the 68 grand or whatever it is that you get. And this is just an example, but why not go to Target or go to Kroger or go wherever and buy hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of gift cards and have the men in this men's group be men and donate give gift cards, say, to single moms in the North Texas area. Hey, single moms, come on down to our men's group, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. We got $60,000 worth of gift cards, and we're going to be giving them away to single mothers in the North Texas area who may be struggling to get groceries or struggling to, get an oil change on your car or something of that nature. I mean, there's hundreds of things that you could do to, you know, be strong men and do all this thing, but let me give this dude who's already worth millions of dollars. And that's the simple minded thinking of what these churches and what these pastors and just the government in general has um mind controlled or mind fucked the people in this country, because they can't think for themselves. They can't see the they can't think outside the box and be like, well, maybe that's not true, or maybe that is true, or whatever. They show up on Sunday morning, they sit in their chair, and they listen to the pastor and then say, oh, that was amazing. And then they leave or whatever. Or they go home and they put on Fox. Or they go home and they put on CNN. We have to grow into this. We have to grow into this, into these um, strong adult, whether you're male or female, strong adult individuals to be able to recognize that, hey, maybe that's bullshit. Hey, these people are lying to us. Like Trump. He's full of shit, dude. He ain't done one fucking thing that he told us he was going to do when we voted for him. He stopped giving money to Ukraine. Now he just shoveled it all to Israel. Most people don't even know the ties between Ukraine and Israel. How all the Khazarian Jews are from Ukraine. Most people don't even know about the Bolshevik Revolution. They don't know how that whole entire area is all tied together. But they'll sit there and watch Trump and be, oh, he's the best president ever. Just fucking blowing smoke up our ass, lying to us, talking about a 10%, talking about 0% income tax, but then he's talking about how we're gonna do 10% credit card APR interest rate across the board. Like, that's just crumbs, dude. We shouldn't pay any fucking taxes. Then there should be a tax revolt. Andy Frisell is right. It's insane, man. I don't want to fucking pay taxes for you to send it to Israel. And it's treason to begin with, right? Look at all the things that you're taxed on, right? You work from January to August just to pay taxes. You don't pay 20 or 30% out of your paycheck. At the end of every year, you pay 50 or 60% in taxes, right? You look at everything you buy. Every time you go to the grocery store, you pay taxes on the food that you buy. Every time you buy a car, you pay taxes. You pay property taxes. Every time you go to the gas station, you pay a fuel tax. Every time you sell something, you pay taxes on that. Everything you buy in your house every weekend, anytime you go somewhere, every time you go somewhere and buy something, you pay taxes on that. How many taxes do you need to, before you know it, you're paying 60% in taxes every single year? It's more than half of my yearly income goes to paying taxes. And then we're told we live in a free country. This ain't a fucking free country. It's crazy. But we need to keep growing. We need to keep developing. We need to become the best versions of ourselves and realize that all this shit is made to distract us. We need to become united as one. We need to grow together. We need to realize that the other person on the other side, whether it's a D or an R, we are all the same. They are out to get us, and we need to stick together. We need to realize that we are on the same team and they are on a team. They are not on our team. These people sit up on their high horses in Washington, D.C. They don't give a fuck about us. They have their little fucking butt buddy parties. They smoke cigars together. They drink whiskey together. They eat steaks together. And they figure out ways how they can fuck us. And we try to actually pick and choose a team. No, we're on the same team. Me and my neighbor, we're on the same team. Not these other yahoos in Washington, D.C. They don't give a shit about us. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to today's episode. And look forward, stay tuned for episode 92. I'm trying to get some more guests on. So I'm trying to work on that. And yeah, it's just I gotta rebuild. I gotta rebuild the podcast. It's and even though it's been going since 2023, it's just having to rebuild, almost, rebuild it, grow it again, and stay more consistent to, put the fruit in. So stay tuned for episode 92. Y'all have a blessed day. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening.